Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Golden Astrologer Podcast. Today is Sunday, April 17th in the year 2022, and I am recording from beautiful Escazú, Costa Rica. And it is a holiday for many people. It is one of three holidays, either Easter, Passover, or Ramadan. And I'm in the world where it's Easter. So happy Easter, happy Bunny Day, etc. I'm going to be very honest about what we're going to talk about today. It's all about Pisces. There's not much else going on. And it's complicated. You know, Pisces is the unknowable, the unseeable, the veil, everything that we cannot see with our naked eye, where we have to kind of go in and be in a place of spirit, in a place of meditation, in a place of listening, in a place of, between worlds. And this is a very complicated place for most of us. Now, if you have a lot of Pisces in your chart, maybe this is not a complicated thing for you. And then I bless you with all the stars in the sky. So here's the gist, okay? There's 4 planets in Pisces. You know that we've had Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, and they've been close together. And you know that last week the big news was Jupiter and Neptune conjuncting on Tuesday. Exactly. And they're still together, and they're going to be together, and they're not going anywhere just yet. Then, of course, Venus is in Pisces, where she's exalted, and it's very lovely to have Venus in Pisces. But I think the real stickler for everybody is that the other day Mars went into Pisces. And Mars is not a Piscean planet. Now, it's not like a detriment or anything in Pisces. However, Mars is a planet of action, and Mars likes to take initiative. Mars wants to push. Mars says, all right, it's not going fast enough. I'm going to put pedal to the metal, and we're going to go. That's not what you do in Pisces. You can't. And the hard part about this, so first let's talk about what Pisces is. The hard part about Pisces is you reach for it, you grasp it, it slips through your hands. Where was it? How many times do you go to sleep, have a dream, wake up and go, I was in that dream and it was so real and it was so present and I was right there and what happened? I can't remember it. Or you wake up from a dream and you're like, but wait, I had like $30 million in that dream. What do you mean I'm here in my bedroom without $30 million? I was living the high life. What happened? Or, oh my God, thank God I'm not in that dream. Shoosh, that was like, I was running around in circles. That's like an anxiety dream, right? They are places that we go to in our consciousness without really conscious acknowledgement. I don't allow myself to go there in my sleep. My sleep, I just go there. We all just go there. And when you're dealing with Pisces in the waking day, it's not simple. It's not straightforward. It's circuitous. And we are not conscious necessarily of how we're handling this or how we're behaving or how we are connecting with the Piscean energy. We're just sort of like walking into walls. And one of the things that we continue to do is bang our head with Mars in Pisces. We bang our head against an invisible wall. And I wrote that on Instagram today. We're banging our heads against the proverbial wall, but it's an invisible wall because you don't even know what you're banging your head against the wall about. Now, you may have 3 specific subjects. Well, it's this, this, and this. And you may be saying, well, I don't understand why I'm not getting anywhere. Well, it's because you don't get anywhere, because we're in Pisces. And everything is sort of unseeable, unknowable, unthinkable. And the more you try to grab it, the less you are going to be able to contain it. The more you reach for it, the more it's out of reach. The more it's like being in a dream. And I was like, I was there and I tried to scream and I couldn't scream. I needed to scream and I nobody heard me. I screamed and nothing came out of my mouth. This is particularly relevant to everyone. Everybody knows what that's like. I was like trying to scream and move and no. It's It's a big sigh, right? It's a complicated place for Mars to be because Mars wants to, all systems go, full speed ahead. No, you can't do that in Pisces. It's like, what? Wait, we're in the car, but where were we going? Where's the map? But the map says this. Well, the map is wrong. Why is it wrong? I'm frustrated. I'm going around in circles. Yeah. One of the problems with this is that we're not, is that we're human, and that we're not living in the spirit world 100% of the time when we have to deal with 3D reality. And for us, that is a complicated matter when it comes to this much of the unknown and the unforeseeable and trusting the universe and trusting the powers that be. What we need to do is just be and sit and listen and stay quiet and connect. And, who does that? Well, the Dalai Lama does that, and people who are meditating in the Himalayas. But you can do it in the quiet of your own home if you can, sit quietly for a short while and just keep deeply going to that space. And you're going to be like, Deb, once again, you're telling me to meditate, and I just can't do that. But yeah, because right now it's really hard because the planet of action is in the sign of non-action, and the sign of knowing, and the sign of intuition, and the sign of not taking action. Now, that doesn't mean you sit home and you go back to sleep. You can go back to sleep. That's an option. But maybe there are things that will come to you in your sleep, and you ask before you go to sleep to be told what those things are. And so look, Jupiter and Neptune kind of belong there. Venus belongs there, okay? They get along well there. They're fine there. But what's not fine there is Mars. And now we're like trying to fight our way out of a paper bag. And it's too complicated, and it's extraordinarily frustrating. And I think if the other planets weren't there, Mars there and alone is frustrating, but now there's 4 planets there. So it's all about this unknowable, unseeable energy. The vision is there, but you can't reach it. You can't go after it because it's just too complicated, or it's just too unknowable, or it's unseeable. You see the vision, but it's not clear. It's just, okay, I know what the vision is. I know what the goal is, but why can't I see the path to get to the goal? How many times have I said you're driving in the car in the fog and you have to pay close attention and you can't focus on anything else? This is the dilemma with Pisces. And what we need to do is just be. Now, with Mars and Pisces, this is a huge test of everybody's willpower, strength, and focus, because nobody wants to just be. We are taught to be doers. We're taught to go out there, make it happen. Yeah, that's not right now. Believe me, I want to go out there and make it happen too, but it's complicated right now. So one of the complications is this. The sun is in Aries. The sun loves to be in Aries. It's exalted in Aries. And what rules Aries? Mars. So if Mars rules Aries, the sun is there. Mars goes, into Pisces, and the sun is no longer ruled by Mars in Aquarius. It's now ruled by Mars in Pisces. And the sun in Aries is like, where's my mojo? I lost my mojo. What happened? Hey, what happened? Now, we had that full moon yesterday, and that may have brought up a lot of agitation for people too, because Libra is also a gentle sign that, is more actionable than Pisces. But Venus rules Libra. Venus is in Pisces. It's like all roads lead to Pisces. Right now, the moon is in Scorpio. And what rules that? Well, Pluto in Capricorn, and then Saturn in Aquarius. And then when we go, the other ruler of Scorpio is Mars, which is in Pisces. So, when the sun is in Aries, we like to have Mars in a place that's available. It's not. Now, we have only a few days left before the sun enters Taurus on Tuesday at 10:24 p.m. Eastern Time. One of the things about that's going to make things better is that Taurus and Pisces are supportive of each other. And Taurus is a slower sign. And right now, between now and Tuesday, we just have to get to between now and Tuesday. Now, I'm not saying it's all going to get better after that, but it's going to be a little more palatable and understandable. What's happening? What's happening is, Mars is the ruler of the sun, and the sun is the life force. And if we want to go forward, we need to take steps forward. And it's hard for us to do that because we don't know where to go. We don't know where to take the step. It's too complicated. It's too unknown. It's too and it's too frustrating and impatient. Are you impatient? Because I'm impatient. And the thing that's really necessary right now is rest and quiet and peace and deep peace, deep peace, deep peace, deep quiet, deep rest. How do we do that with the sun in Aries? It's a challenge. We meet the challenge. We say, okay, I got to do what I got to do or not do. And sometimes this is the act of not doing. The act of not doing. So Mars is acting in a non-doing way, in a trusting way, in a focus, like a non-focused, just be present way and just be. And so this is something that each person needs to find within themselves. And each of you have a different path to that. It is extremely irritating right now. Why? Well, the sun is still in Aries. 2, the sun is squaring Pluto, and it's going to make an exact square to Pluto at 11:14 a.m. tomorrow, Monday, Eastern Time. So there's the powerlessness. There's the control. There's like, hey, I need to control this. I need to move. We need to get going. What's the story? You can't. You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. Sometimes you can, but not today, and not this week, and not this time around with the sun squaring Pluto. Okay? The sun's in Aries. The sun wants to move. It's like it wants to go out and be present and in the world and actionable, and it's not. It just isn't. In the meantime, the other fun is that Mercury in Taurus is conjuncting Uranus in Taurus, and that's going to happen at 12:51 a.m. tomorrow morning. So, hours from now, that's Eastern Time, so that's, going to be 10:51 p.m. for me. That's like the wee hours of tomorrow in the East Coast. But one of the things that's so interesting about that is that all this is happening at the same time. The sun is squaring Pluto. I want to take action and control. You can't. Okay. I can't stop thinking about it because Mercury and Uranus is an overactive brain. It's the brain on steroids. It's the brain going, whoa, I need to do something. What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to do this? What can I do? And it's like, this is a real feeling of being out of control. And it's like, just sit back and don't worry about it. And yeah, of course, there's certain things. Tomorrow's tax day in the U.S. There's that. And I have goals. I have work. I have things. Not so much right now. Good. If you have your ambitious projects, sit down, work them through, use this energy to get creative. There are creative solutions other than acting. And sometimes it involves sitting down with yourself and getting quiet. When you're creative, this is not necessarily something where you're analyzing like Mercury and Uranus want you to believe right now, even though they're in Taurus, which is a creative sign. Mercury and Uranus want you to think this is like, I can analyze my way out of this. No, I don't think so. Mercury and Taurus want you to analyze your way through creativity. Not going to happen. Creativity happens when we get quiet and we allow ourselves to receive thoughts, images, visuals. This is how Mars is acting right now. Imagine that you are in ancient Egypt and everything is in hieroglyphs. Okay? It's like someone's handing you pictures. You're not getting words, you're not getting actions, you're getting pictures, okay? They had to imagine how long it took for them to draw out those hieroglyphs, those sentences and hieroglyphs. You're getting pictures. So if you're getting images, you're getting flashes, then it's, oh, okay. You get a picture. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's a pretty flower. Okay, I just got a vision of a pretty flower. Maybe that's where my creativity is going, whatever. It's something like that. Allow the visions to come, allow the scenarios to come, but don't attach yourself. Pluto wants to get attached and control. Uranus and Mercury want to create something very tangible because they're in Taurus and they want to, like I said, analyze their way through it or think their way through it. This is such a test of our being. It's not funny. It's each of us has to like find our worst habits of repeated habits of thinking, analyzing, acting, charging forward, pushing. Are you pushy? I don't like pushy. I try not to be pushy, but there are times when you think, oh, I have to pick up the phone and like follow up on this. Following up is not pushy. Following up is just following up. You're just doing your thing. It's not something that is a knowable outcome with a knowable step forward and knowable path. And that's what so freaks us out. It isn't something where we can, I know I go to point A to point B. Remember what I've said about Neptune. You get in the boat, you sit in the boat, you think you're going from point A to point B, and the water, the current, has taken you from point A to point double Z, and you don't know how you got there. That's the instructions for right now. Let the boat take you. Sit in the boat, flow, and go with it. And it's not something that we feel like we can access very easily, but we feel like we are lost at sea during this kind of aspect, during these aspects. Lost at sea. We don't feel like we're in a place to navigate. And maybe navigation is just, a fool's path right now. And one of the things that is so hard about Pisces is it's exhausting. I've been tired. Ever since Mars went into Pisces, I'm like, I'm exhausted. Where have I been these last couple of weeks? Well, I've been in a lot of places the last couple of weeks. Not traveling, just in my head and in my life. I've been like all over and it's been busy. And that's good. It's good that I've been busy and it's good that things are moving. Great. But at the same time, I feel stuck. Things are moving and you feel stuck. I feel stuck and busy at the same time. I'm not just in busy work. I am moving forward, but it's not fast enough. Oh, is it really? The universe is saying, is that fast enough for you? Oh, really? Because the sun is in Aries and it wants to drive the car. One of the reasons we get exhausted, we have to rest during Pisces. One of the reasons we get exhausted, and Pisces is so exhausting, and Mars in Pisces is so exhausting, is because we do want to push forward, and we do want to make steady progress, and we do want to plow through things and push the envelope. And Pisces is saying that's not the way to go forward. So there are things that happen, and Joe Dispenza talks about matter to matter. He's phrased that very well. And matter to matter means I work X amount of hours and get paid X amount of dollars. I go to my job and I get this kind of pay for that kind of job. I take these 3 steps and I get one thing accomplished. And there, I've got it accomplished. It's done. We're working in the space we're working in the field, and if anything's the quantum field, it's Pisces. And we're working in the space where that doesn't work, okay? And what I've learned over and over again is matter to matter doesn't work. We're going to get places, just very slowly. So here's an example from nature. On our property, and in a lot of properties all over Costa Rica and many tropical climates, there are leaf ants. And leaf ants are the hardest working guys in the insect community. They pick up, and I'm just saying that, but I don't know what other insects do. But leaf ants go to a plant, they shred the plant, they take the leaf, and in a line, they all march back to their nest in the hole in the ground, and they take it back to the queen, and they make a fungus with it, and her fungus is like what sustains the queen and sustains the culture. And where I live, we got a lot of leaf ants, and there's a bunch of holes, and we've had to like deal with it, accordingly. Leaf ants work matter to matter. They are working, and they don't fly. They have to walk. They have to walk through, like sometimes they're walking 3 meters from where their nest is to where the tree is that they're tearing apart. Now, for the lucky gardener like me, I've got to make sure that the leaf ants are not ripping apart my beautiful plants, because I've walked outside and my plants are bare, and they were full of leaves the night before when I went to bed, and the next morning they're gone and they're just sticks. And so they get the job done, and there's hundreds of them, there's thousands of them, and they take their sweet time in a line, matter to matter. They do this. They're not the bee that flies and can go from flower to flower pollinating in a very quick amount of time, or a hummingbird that can go into a flower and pollinates the whole garden in a matter of minutes. Yes, bees work hard too, and they do, and there are worker bees, but they feed their queen as well, but they don't destroy the plants. The leaf ants do. And so, but the bees can fly. And so we can't walk in that, plow through that line, go do the thing, come back, and go back and do it again and again and again. And leaf ants are happy in their environment. They don't know anything else. But we as humans can fly, and we can take the spirit path, and all it requires is to stop the matter to matter and stop thinking that's all we have as an option. Go into the meditative space, go into the space that feels good to you, and into the field, and work with the energy. That's Pisces. We don't have to carry a leaf from, 3-4 meters across the garden all the way down the anthole and then come back out and do it again 100 times. It doesn't require matter to matter right now. It requires learning how to move energy, taking initiative with energy, only with energy in your space, not picking up the phone and screaming at someone, which was what Mars would like to do. You're not going to get anywhere. Costa Rica is not a pushy place. And I have been stuck behind bureaucracy before. It took me 4 or 5 months to get my belongings out of customs when I first moved here. And it was really complicated, and I got nowhere by pushing people. I kept saying, where's my answer? Where's my stuff? What's going on? Give me an update. No answer. Weeks would go by, still no answer. I would write and write and write and get frustrated. I know what this feels like. And then, you sit down with yourself and you say, there's a better way to do this. And you tap into energy, and you tap into focus, and you tap into the quantum field, and that's how you get things done. You tap into the Piscean realm, which is the realm of trusting, which is the realm of the unknown, which is the realm of listening deeply and connecting to spirit. And, I said last week, we have to learn to connect with something greater than ourselves. That's what Jupiter and Neptune require. But one of the things that's so important about this is that we have to just keep bringing ourselves back to the quantum field. Bring yourself back to the quantum field. And that's the only way we're going to get through this. Mars is going to be in Pisces for like 6 weeks. So are we going to sit here and be frustrated and sit with our arms folded, stubborn in the chair, saying I'm pissed off? No. We have to tap into where Mars is. You want to go where the action is? The action is in the field. So you have to tap into the field. And everybody has a field. We all have a field. We all have a hologram. We have to tap into that energy. It's not an easy thing, but if you get quiet in whatever space you can with that, whether that means get quiet in your, den or your backyard or your bathtub, whatever that means, get quiet and listen closely and carefully. That is the only way you're going to get through this. So, what else is going on? Well, I said Mercury and Uranus. They're going to keep things rattled for a little while. Don't just go, okay, That's genius. That's tapping into genius. I'm going to tap into the field, okay? Sun and Pluto. I'm going to give it over to the universe. I'm going to I'm going to release control and I'm going to give it over to the universe. That's the field, okay? Then the sun is going to go into Taurus on Tuesday, like I mentioned, and things are probably going to get a little more comfortable because nothing will be in Aries anymore, but then nothing is in fire anymore again. It's all right. The moon will go into Sagittarius this week, okay? So we're going to have a Sag moon tomorrow night, 10:16 p.m. Eastern time. So that'll give us a few days of fire. And then eventually, Venus, Jupiter, they'll go into fire. But we're going to have some time here where there is no fire. So remember, no fire, no bursting through the front door, It's time to get quiet. Too much water, a lot of water in the sky. 4 planets in Pisces. Right now, the moon is in Scorpio. It's water. And then we get to later in the week, and Mercury is going to square Saturn next Sunday, the 24th. And that's when we're going to meet again here on this podcast. It's 9:50 a.m. Eastern time. Mercury squares Saturn. There's going to be a little bit of, right now, there's a lot of brain, doing it with your brain. And then Mercury and Saturn are just like, slow down. Just slow down. You can't think your way out of this. Just get organized. Mercury and Saturn can be very organized. Don't push through it. Just get organized. And don't get bummed out either. It's really easy to get bummed out right now. It's not time to be bummed out. Mercury, after squaring Saturn in the morning next Sunday, is going to sextile Neptune. So that will give us some relief and back into the Piscean realm, And we're getting close. That full moon yesterday opened the eclipse period, okay? So the other thing is, we don't do things between 2 eclipses. Now, maybe right now is a little dodgy, but you're feeling those eclipses. And the eclipse will be in Taurus, and it will be a solar eclipse, and it will be with Uranus. So that's going to be like, high energy, April 30th. Okay. And the best thing to do is find your peace, find your quiet, find your moment, and go there. And just release the control. And when you feel yourself starting to get controlling or grasping, just stop, take a breath, get grounded, go out in the backyard, stand in nature. If you're up in the northern hemisphere, it's getting to be spring, stand in nature. Connect with the ground, connect with the earth, and don't let yourself be dragged through, hysteria and emotions and thoughts and analysis and control. There's no place for this right now. All of us have to learn this lesson. All of us have to take this test, okay? And that's about it. The moon's in Scorpio. It will go void in Scorpio 7:55 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night. It will go into Sag 10:16 p.m. tomorrow night Eastern time. It will stay in Sag and go void Wednesday when it squares Jupiter at 4:56 p.m. Eastern time, and then 11:52 p.m. So from like 5 p.m. to almost midnight Eastern time on Wednesday, the moon will be void, and then it goes into Capricorn. It'll be in Capricorn the rest of the week until Friday, when it goes void conjunct Pluto, 11:53 p.m., and then enters Aquarius 2:17 a.m. Eastern time Saturday morning, and then be in Aquarius the rest of the weekend. And that's about it. The big news is Pisces. So I talked about it on my Instagram today. I wrote a whole piece. Go read it. And rest. Sleep. Go to sleep and let the universe take care of it. Just let the universe take care of it. And as you're sleeping, get the messages from your dreams. Get the messages from your insights, your intuition, the voices within. Connect with that. Do some spirit work. And if you need to see me or speak to me, I am at thegoldenastrologer.com. You can book online. I am on Instagram, The Golden Astrologer. My email is deb@debmcbride.com or info@thegoldenastrologer.com. And you can book a session, talk to me, ask me a question, or just say hello. I'm regularly posting video and information on Instagram, so please tune in. And hopefully, I will see you next week on this lovely podcast. Have a happy holiday, whatever holiday you're celebrating. I wish you a beautiful week and beautiful dreams. So don't be afraid to take some extra time to sleep and rest. Dream well. Gratitude to all. Thank you.